A lot of players have been talking about the raised tempo in practice. Do you think that's going to be able to help you guys keep up with spread teams like Indiana that really push the pace?
No question. I think we practice, in my opinion, at a higher level than most teams in the country. And it is going, and a lot of that is it's going to pay off when you get in these games. The pressure that we put on in the practice will be the same thing they're going to get in games. And everything we do in practice is for us to be a lot better football team.
And how close do you think you are to getting up to that full game speed?
Very close. Very close.
Greg, could you talk about the linebackers a little bit? You were excited during the summer about Joe Bolden and kind of update what's going on with that position.
I'm very excited about that position. You cannot have a great defense if you don't have very, very good linebackers. There's a lot of them. There's great competition. Those guys that have all played before they should have played, and then you add Jake into that mix, now you should have a very, very strong unit. And as you saw in games last year, when a young guy's playing, sometimes he's going to get exposed. People are going to make it look like he's not physical enough. They're going to look like they can run the football. And that's where, in my opinion, you're going to see a linebacking crew that is going to be a very physical group.
Who's showing you the most right now?
They all are, but Joe Bolden has continued to do what he did in the spring. Jay Clark just keeps getting, Jake Ryan just keeps getting better and better and better. And the guy that I've really been pleased with is Dez. Dez was kind of stretched in the spring because he's getting his degree and he had to student teach, or he had and so he would miss some practice. But he's come out this camp and seen why he started for 3 years. And then you got the young guys. You got Ross, or the young guys, Ross, Royce, Ben Gideon, Mike McCray. That's a pretty good group of linebackers that have already played some.
With Delano Hill out right now, how is that competition at safety with those other guys? And do you think you'll have Delano back, and could he play for FY State?
Yeah, we think we're going to have him back. And Delano, he's another guy that has really done a great job in this offseason. He's really worked with Coach Wellman in the weight room. He's really put it on himself to become a better football player, to be in the mix. It's unfortunate with his jaw, but he's right in every meeting, and he's way more attentive than he ever was as a youngster. And I think it's because he's matured. Jeremy Clark is really starting to come on. I've seen that in practice, and he's been forced to. And DeMonte Thomas is the same way. These kids now are getting more pressure reps than they would have had before. And then at DeMonte, for example, we talked about it earlier. Here's a guy that's playing one position now. Okay, he's going to play one position, he's playing a safety. Okay, and now he just keeps getting better and better at that position. So I think those kids are doing a good job.
Can you talk about why you moved Jake to the middle and how that will affect him and the defense as a whole?
Well, the reason I moved Jake to the middle is because, one, you want him on the field the whole time, okay? And you're playing so many spread teams, and we try to play our base people against spread offenses just to keep Jake out there. Well, now that's not fair to a guy like Jake. He's a 240-pound linebacker playing out on a wide receiver, okay? So your next thing is to put a nickel in. Now where do you put Jake? Well, Jake now becomes a defensive end. So now Jake's a 240-pound defensive end when you really want to be bigger there, And he has played linebacker before, and we wanted to get a bigger, stronger guy in the middle. So that added to the fact that Joe and Dez had played a lot of football and done a great job. You need depth inside. We saw that before. So we felt that was the right place. And one of our better blitzers on the team is Jake. And it's a lot easier to blitz in the middle than it is blitzing from way outside on somebody. So all those things were reasons that we thought about doing that with him.
How's Jake doing with the communication aspect of it, kind of being the guy that so much goes through?
Tremendous. Jake Ryan has unbelievable pride. And he knew the second that happened that it's going to be important for him to take charge of the entire defense. And that's one thing we've really put on our linebackers, that we're going to only be as good as you guys are. You guys got to get everybody going right away. And frankly, we've had some problems in the past because they were younger guys that maybe communication hurt us in games. Okay? Well, now it's on them. Don't let that happen. You're a linebacker. Take care of everything. And I'll be honest with you, Joe Bolden has set the bar on how to communicate. I won't say any names, but I was with a guy one time coaching, and when he was out there, every guy on that field knew where they were supposed to be, and Joe Bolden's tried to do that. And when he does that now, everybody seems like they can play a little better.